Great. So let me start this session with a very important and interesting question. What is success for you? I know we all have gathered today here to discuss how to become successful in our life, and what is the best way of actually attaining success in our life is to basically study successful people. So that's what we are looking at. But before I talk about, what is that which we can pick up from successful people, what is success for you? What is your definition of success in your head? Because if you look into the dictionary part, dictionary says accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. That's a dictionary level of success. What is more important for you, and what should be your clarity in your life is that what does success mean to you? So who wants to answer this? You can use the chat box, or you can ask me to unmute. I will actually unmute you, and I want to know, what does success mean for you? आपकी जिंदगी में आपका definition क्या है success का? Dictionary के एतबार से, दुनिया के एतबार से, we know a lot of answers to it. What is your answer? Because if you don't have an answer, you'll never be able to attain success. For example, when I was growing up as a person, for me, success was to see a sense of accomplishment in my mother's eyes. My mother should feel Imran has attained a certain level in his life, because you know what? She wanted me to become a doctor, but I chose a different field for myself. So somewhere, my sense of success was, मेरी माँ के सामने मुझे success बन के दिखाना. उनको लगना चाहिए कि हाँ, I have reached in my life. तो मेरे लिए वो success था. And so many years of my life, I struggled to get there, because even though I'm getting a lot of money, fame, everything was happening, वो एक sense उनके आंखों में जो नजर आना चाहिए ना, हम लोग उसके लिए काम करते रहे. Then one fine day I had to sit down and reprogram my success, because I was not enjoying whatever I was getting, because my success definition was stuck there. How many of you are able to relate to this? Yeah. So you need to identify what is success for you, personal definition of success, and you need to work towards it. Otherwise, sometimes you already reached there and you're still working for it. Sometimes you already reached there and you're working for it. So चलिए नवीन जी से बात करते हैं. नवीन जी, आपका क्या कहना है? What is success for you?
Good evening. For me, the success is, my father really feeling proud, saying that he is my father, and I have actually moved into that zone. Now, every time people address him as my father, that's what I always wanted.
नवीन जी की पिता है. Amazing. Great. So can you see that if you don't understand, the problem with most of us is that हमें successful बनना है, लेकिन क्या success आपके लिए मायने क्या रखता है, क्या definition है, ये मालूम करना बड़ी चीज होती है. And जरूरी नहीं कि आपको ये जवाब आज ही मिल जाए, अभी मिल जाए, लेकिन ये आपके लिए सबसे बड़ा सवाल रहेगा. What is success for you? You might start a business by investing lakhs and crores of rupees. You may join a company as an employee with a lot of dreams and vision. But what is the success for you? If you don't have a sense of definition for this, then it will not happen. And you don't have to have anything which is glorified, or you don't have to have anything which is very, very dramatic in approach in life or definition. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. It's simple सी चीज भी हो सकती है. And if you say happiness, you need to be more specific about happy. Okay, what is your definition of happy is also very important. Are you with me? For some people, happiness is being with family. For some people, happiness is seeing that crores of rupees in the locker in your room and the key in your hand. That is happiness. For some people, happiness is being in the best of your health. For some people, happiness is being on the top of the Mount Everest. For some people, being happy is having all the countries stamp on your passport. Right? So you need to define success. मैं ये क्यों बता रहा हूं आपको? मैं बताऊंगा कि ये सक्सेस सीक्रेट्स हैं, जो रिच है, जो हैप्पी है, लेकिन आपकी जिंदगी में सक्सेस क्या मायने रखता है, ये इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. अगर आपके पास ये जवाब है, आधी जर्नी ऑलरेडी सक्सेसफुल है. अगर आपके पास ये जवाब नहीं है, if you don't have this answer, then please work towards it. Define this for you, write it down and look at it every day so that you know this is what you're working towards. Are you with me? And the moment you accomplish it, increase 10 times more bigger challenge than what you've accomplished. 10 times more bigger challenge than what you accomplished. For example, if your goal in life is to make 1 CR, the moment you get 1 CR, your next goal should be 10 CR. Otherwise, you will be happily, comfortably making 1 CR for the rest of your life. So if you lost 30 kgs in this, multiply that with any other thing, talk about your BMI, talk about something and give it something more bigger, accomplish, declare more bigger things. Otherwise, you'll get stuck there. And you'll be happily doing the same thing. So what is success? For you, some of you, it will be freedom of doing business everywhere in the world. So आपको ये मालूम करना है कि आपका definition of success क्या है. So चलिए पूछते हैं कितने लोगों के पास definition है. अगर है तो चलिए हमारे साथ share कीजिए. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of answers on the chat box. So Sabhaji says, one day my nephew told me that his Nanu was praising me a lot, that I'm very hardworking and caring. I'm doing handwriting course now. And whatever she told me, she was right. You won't find a fala like her. She is my proud daughter. That day I felt I'm successful. God bless you, Sabhaji. God bless you. So who wants to answer? चलिए बाबाजी से बात करते हैं. बाबाजी, what's your definition of success? So everybody say hello to Babaji. He is my May batch participant. They will be starting their journey this Friday, day after tomorrow. And all the very best to all the May participants. I see, let me check who all are there from the May batch. And I want to acknowledge, I see Babaji there, I see Gargi, I see Indira ji, I see Maruti ji, I see Neelam ji, I see Sanjaya, Shabri, Shiv Kumar, Pujari, I see Shobita, I see Shamla ji, I see Sushma ji there. Thank you so much for taking some time and being here. For some of you, this is your first inner circle call. Thank you for taking time and being here. And all the family members, can we hear a big applause for all these wonderful people? And all the very best for your new journey, which you're going to start on Friday. God bless you all. Amazing. Yes, Babaji, what's your answer? What is success for you?
So first is success is not a full stop. It is a continued process.
Yes.
So 84 of life creatures on the earth, every creature is success. So in human beings, 700 crores of people in the world, millions of sperms death. Millions of sperms death. One sperm create Imran, one sperm create Baba Panangam. So born to win. Born to win. Every time you are the success person. No failure in the world. That is the experience.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your insight about success. God bless you for that. I know everybody wants to share, but मैं आपको ये बताना चाहता हूँ, please create your own definition of success. आप ये लिखिएगा. You have to create it for yourself. And if you don't have one, find one. And that's the best way to start your journey towards it. Trust me when I say this, your journey will look more practical, approachable, doable, because you know very clearly what you want. So the reason why we're talking about is because one of the things I learned from my teacher is that if you want to become success in your life, also study successful people. Because you don't have to reinvent the wheel again. You don't have to do all the errors what other people have done. You can take some inspiration from there. Sometimes we always get into this very beautiful, process of self-doubt, right? Questioning your abilities, questioning, are you on the right path? Questioning, are you really committed to go there? And some of us actually go half the way and then return back. So what is important is we should look for people who are already successful and take inspiration from them so that you can keep going. So today we are going to be discussing one such personality where we can actually look up and create and take up something. जिंदगी में हर इंसान में बहुत सारी खूबियां होती हैं और बहुत सारी खामियां भी होती हैं. There's so much which you can look from a person, but I will only look at what I can take from that person rather than making that person right or wrong about it. Are you all with me? Right or wrong about it? So chaliye, let's find out. The first thing you need to identify is what success means to you. The definition in the dictionary may not fit for all. This requires some self-introspection. So today, please do not sleep until you define this definition of success for yourself. Now today, I have a handwriting sample and I want all of us to look into this handwriting sample and pick up things from this person. Ladies and gentlemen, today our focus in the Write Like a Genius segment is Rabindranath Tagore. And this month happens to be his birth anniversary. It is his Jayanti. So there's so much which we can pick up from this individual, and there's so much which we can take as an inspiration. And this is what is possible when you study successful people. One of the things which you need to really understand about Rabindranath Tagore ji is, look at his handwriting. And there are a lot of relevance about his handwriting style also. But what is that which we can pick up from his handwriting? So I want to share that with you. And before I share that with you, I want to play a short video on Rabindranath Tagore, so that when we are looking for his handwriting, let's look for those traits in his handwriting. Are you ready for it? When we are looking for his handwriting, let's look at what we can pick up from this gentleman. What is that we can actually take as an inspiration from this? Are you with me? So ladies and gentlemen, come, let's explore a gem of a personality who contributed to the literature, world of literature. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Rabindranath Tagore ji for you. Can we hear a bit of applause for this wonderful soul who contributed so much to the world of literature and to the beautiful country, India. So now let's look into those characteristics in the handwriting. Are you all with me? So let's go back to it. And now I want to show you, we have many written handwriting scripts of Rabindranath Tagore ji. And let's pick up the first thing. Those of you already completed this program, you know what I'm talking about it. And those of you are about to learn this, so don't worry. Very soon, you're going to be able to do it. By next Wednesday, you will be ready to do all this. So right now, the first thing is attention to details. Can you look at the I dot closer to the stem? How many of you see that? Give me a big yes. Come on, everybody. So that is attention to details. Somebody who was so good with the language, the script writing, story writing, and songs that, remember, he also went to stay in a, he created his living in a boathouse and he started observing things around him. And that inspired many of his songs. So now, ladies and gentlemen, look at attention to details. And this is your learning too. To master any skill in your life, you need to pay attention to what you're doing right now. It brings that sense of focus, concentration ability, and a picture perfect I dot is always a great news. It should be a dot, no slash, no tails, dot as a dot. And those of you practicing graphotherapy, I'm sure you have seen this in your book that you are supposed to write I dot with a dot. Attention to details. Attention to details. And it also helps you to calm yourself down. It has many more beautiful, logical reasons why you should have a dot as a dot, ladies and gentlemen. So what is also important is, chaliye, dusri cheez dekhte hain. So that's the first thing in his handwriting. How many of you are able to see that? Very good. So now let's go to the second thing. Fluidity of thoughts. Whenever you see in anybody's handwriting, you see the 8 formation in the writing. It could be in the letter S, it could be in the letter G, it could be in F. So you will see a lot of fluidity of thought. In fact, when I was discussing this sample with my team, I said, unke handwriting mein jo Rabindranath Tagore hai, wo Tagore mein bhi unka fluidity of thoughts hai. Even in the Rabindranath Tagore, unke Tagore mein bhi fluidity of thought hai. Main aapko dikhana chahta hu. Now look at this. This is what I देखिए यहाँ पे रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर उन्होंने लिखा हुआ है. यहाँ पे देखिए 8 फॉर्मेशन आ रहा है. तो उनके सिग्नेचर में भी 8 फॉर्मेशन. Look at this 8 formation there. So that is a sense of 8 formation. Can you see that? Numerical 8 anywhere in the handwriting, especially when you're writing the letter S, letter G. तो ये सब चीजें हम लोग यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं. So मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ. Okay. Fluidity of thoughts. Rabindranath Tagore is a towering figure in the millennium-old literature of Bengal. Okay, his poetry as well as his novels, short stories, and essays are very widely read, and the songs he composed around the eastern part of India and throughout Bangladesh, Gitanjali, a selection of his poetry from which he was awarded the Nobel Literature. So can you see that this is fluidity of thoughts? A good orator, speaker, people who have this ability, they tend to have this. So if you want to develop a personality, if you want to have some of the concrete, system in your life as a trait, you should be writing your S like a numerical 8. Or if you're writing your, F, it's a numerical 8. Okay. And by the way, we don't practice squiggles. This is not an 8 formation. No. This has a different meaning. So you need to have an 8 formation in your S, in your F, in your G. So this is fluidity of thoughts. How many of you already have fluidity of thoughts in your handwriting and you're feeling good about it? Because there is a smile on your face right now. I can see that. So that's a first step towards it. You just have to duplicate that. You just have to work towards that. That's an 8 formation you're writing. And if you don't have it, you can get on to practicing it. Remember, one of the finest and the best qualities of anybody is, as a leader, you need to be a good conversational leader. You need to be a good speaker. You should have good flow of thoughts. That is the only thing which differentiates between you and that. And when I say communicator, I'm not asking you to become a songwriter. I'm not asking you to write novels. No, आप में जो ideas हैं, the ideas what you have, the ideas, the concepts what you have, you should have an ability to communicate that. That is a mark of a leader. If you're a great communicator, you're a natural leader. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a great communicator, you're a natural leader. What is a teacher? A teacher is nothing but a great communicator. She communicates, he gives you ideas and concepts and communicates well. What is the CEO does? What is the MD is doing? He's communicating his vision to the company and the company is working towards it. Are you all with me? So all of you have to have this sense of being a great communicator, develop this skill, learn the language, fine tune your English, fine tune your regional language, whichever language you want to speak on, bring this on. This is what will take you forward. Because बहुत सारे लोगों में ये एक अच्छी सी या बुरी सी आदत है, इमरान मुझे सब आता है लेकिन मैं बोलने में हिचकिचा जाता हूँ, इमरान मुझे सब मालूम है लेकिन मैं बोलने में थोड़ा डाउट कर देता हूँ whether it is relevant or not. नहीं, ये आपको बाहर निकलना है, अदरवाइज आप सोचते ही रह जाएंगे, वो बोलने वाला बोल के आगे बढ़ जाएगा बस. रिमेंबर कॉलेज के दिनों में ये होता था ना, प्रोजेक्ट 5-6 लोग करते हैं, बट द पर्सन हु प्रेजेंट्स द प्रोजेक्ट इज द हीरो ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट. इन द कंपनी आल्सो, व्हाई आर यू नॉट गेटिंग प्रमोटेड? आप अपने लिए ही स्टैंड नहीं करते ना, यू डोंट स्पीक ऑन योर ओन बिहाफ, you can't even communicate what you have accomplished in 1 year to even talk about your growth and वो क्या बोलते हैं उसको, what do you every year you have that, what do you call that, appraisals, right? Appraisals, yes, Shiv Kumar ji. So you need to, you don't even talk about your own appraisal, why you deserve a higher pay packet. क्या बोलूं यार, उसको समझाने में दिक्कत हो जाएगी, तो you are agreeing to that. So this is what it is. So चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So we've learned 2 things, attention to details, and then second one is fluidity of thoughts. Number 3, this is something new. This is what we learn in our professional approach program. And those of you who have already done that program, those of you doing that program, you know what I'm talking about. When we look into anybody's handwriting, we can find out if this person has a good sense of food, music, and travel, and a culture. People who are associating themselves to a sense of it. Now look at this. Are you all with me? Now look at this. This is what we study from our professional approach program. These writers have a desire for cultural things such as travel, adventure, music, and fine food, shown by the letter D that goes up to the left and does not return to the baseline. And it is also shown by the sigma E's in the writing. So sigma E is in the writing. So you'll find this not only in Rabindranath Tagore's handwriting. In the last few classes, we also analyzed Swami Vivekananda's handwriting, and we also found the same similarity of a sense of having greater taste of culture. So normally we write our D like this, or we write our D like this. So we are looking for a D which is actually like this. Normally we write our E like this. So we are looking for a E which is sigma E. So ये दो चीजें brings in a sense of culture. So that means you have a good taste for food, music, and travel. That means you know where, कहाँ पे क्या खाना चाहिए, कहाँ से क्या अच्छी चीजें मिलती हैं, कहाँ पे जाना चाहिए, चीजों के बारे में, जगहों के बारे में, टेस्ट के बारे में, म्यूजिक के बारे में आपकी रुचि इसमें अच्छी रहती है. So this is a new thing which I have not shared with you in the first step program. I'm sharing this with you. Please make a note. This is called desire for culture. These are the people, they know everything about everything when it comes to food, music, travel, and culture. Okay. And it could be a great sense of it. See, one of the things which we need to really be proud about is we as Indians, we need to understand the culture of our land. I always say this, we belong to the land of Gurukuls. तो जिस तरीके से आप एक स्टूडेंट का जो एक रिश्ता होना चाहिए टीचर के साथ, वहां से वो इंस्पिरेशन होना चाहिए. Are you all with me? Right? We belong to the land where all the possible, musicians, literatures, everything. You need to understand your own culture. And only जब आप अपनी जमीन से जुड़े रहेंगे, तभी इतना कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा, इतना प्राउड मोमेंट आएगा कि that you are proud to be associated to this country or being born in this country or represent in this country. And it is just not about being loyal to the country which you belong to. It's all about being proud about where you stand for, where your roots are. And that's what makes it, because your game plan should be, Imran, I want to play for India. I want to contribute to India. I want to create jobs in India. So that is a sense of contribution, the sense which you need to bring in. You need to bring in. So that's the idea about it. So chaliye, Rabindranath, grandfather Dwarkanath was well known for his command of Arabic and Persian, and Rabindranath grew up in the family atmosphere in which a deep knowledge of Sanskrit and Hindu texts was combined with an understanding of Islamic traditions as well as Persian literature. His writings, some 200 books, show the influence of different parts of Indian cultural background as well as of the rest of the world. Tagore was a prolific composer with 2,230 songs to his credit. And you know what? If you ask me, one big thing which I picked up from Rabindranath Tagore ji is, and this is a big learning for all of you. Are you all listening to me? So this is from handwriting analysis perspective, whatever we shared. Whatever we learned in terms of handwriting analysis, ladies and gentlemen, we learned desire for culture. Okay, we learned fluidity of thoughts. We learn attention to details. ये हो गया handwriting analysis के एतबार से. मैं आपको ये भी बताना चाहता हूँ, when you learn on a professional level of handwriting analysis, there are so many new things you can find out in Rabindranath Tagore's handwriting. Like you can find out how generous he is as a person, how argumentative he is, a person who loves to argue, question things, defiance, persistence, shallow thinker, manual dexterity, diplomacy. ये सब चीजें आपको नजर आएंगी if you are a professional handwriting analyst, because you have more than 100 things to look into anybody's handwriting. So all these things we are able to understand because we are looking at his handwriting right now. अगर मैं रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर के बारे में बात करूं, one thing which is a beautiful learning for all of us. Are you all with me, ladies and gentlemen? Pick up one thing in your life and you invest your entire life into it, and that is going to create a legacy out of you. Are you all with me? Pick up one thing in your life and you invest your life into it so much that you will create a legacy out of it. Rabindranath Tagore picked up literature, one thing he picked up, and out of that literature he wrote books, he created songs, he created screenplays, he created. What happened? Out of one dedication, he did not attempt to do multiple things. And today's world, everybody, any business coach you go to, any business, any learning program you go to, everybody's talking about what? Find out your niche. Find out your niche. Find out your niche. That's all everybody. You know why? Because one thing which you're really good at, you need to figure out that. And you invest your life into it. When I was growing up as a handwriting analyst, do you all remember, I proudly say that I have not done anything in my life other than teaching this science or creating programs or being a facilitator of it, because if you invest in your science in one domain, people will remember you. Anybody remembers about handwriting, anybody remembers about handwriting development, handwriting analysis, signature, they should remember you. Yeah, handwriting means that guy. Like Byju's. Today, any program you want to do IAS, you want to do KAS, you want to do this, Byju's. Can you see? He picked up one domain and he invested entire domain into that. That nowadays, whatever you think about, can you see? It has become a legacy out of it now. How many of you are able to relate to this? That's all you need to be doing. And the biggest learning, keeping handwriting analysis also in alignment. I'm also asking you to look into this person's dedication, which he could create in his life. One thing he picked up, his entire devotion was, how can I represent the literature of India, the beauty of India in form of songs, novels. He created an academy, legacy out of it. So today, people are studying in the academy, studying in the university which he founded, and they are all the alma maters of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest motivation for all of us to pick up from Rabindranath Tagore ji is, Get passionate about one thing in your life. Invest your life as if your life depends upon this. And things will happen. If noble literature can happen to the first person from this region of the world, just because he was so passionate about this, I'm sure anything is possible. Everybody say everything is possible. I know everything is possible. Bol to sahi. You know, some of you are still thinking, Imran, 30 years ho gaya, 40 saal ho gaya, 50 saal ho gaya. You know what, Rabindranath Tagore picked up drawing in the age of 60. And he became one of the finest artists in the history with so many paintings. What age? You saw that video, right? 60 years. Never too late. Never too late. And that's what I'm saying. Pick up what's your calling of your life. Because some of you, I know, you're an awesome entrepreneur, but deep down you're a teacher. Right? If I ask anybody, what is your retirement plan? You will tell me your passion is your retirement plan. Now, what our focus should be, your passion should be your way of life. So that means there's no retirement. Are you all with me? When your passion becomes your way of life, if your passion becomes your, everything in your life, there's no retirement. There's no retirement. Why will you retire from things which you're doing for me? Yeah, this will be until your last breath. Today India lost a great musician. Until the last breath, what he did, he played that simple. Hello? Until the last breath, he did what? He played that musical instrument. So हमारा focus भी ये रहना चाहिए. Pick up one dimension of your life, master it. If I wake you up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you should be ready to deliver what you're ready to, teach. That should be your passion. That should be your compassion. And that is the biggest learning. मैं जब इनके बारे में पढ़ा ना, मेरे दिमाग में एक ही बात है. Can you get behind something and create that magic for you? And you know what? Remember, don't do things for yourself. Do it with a larger vision. Rabindranath Tagore, he did not do things for himself. He created a legacy out of him because he wanted more and more people to be aware of what is happening, and he created a legacy out of it. So your vision should be bigger than you. Some of you right now, yeah, मैंने को इतना कमा लूं काफी रहेगा. If I buy that home, that will be enough. If I get that car, don't limit your vision to your own self. You should have a bigger vision. The vision should be bigger than you are. हमारी औकात से बड़ा हमारा विजन होना चाहिए. अगर हम हमारे औकात के लेवल में खेलेंगे ना, कभी बढ़ेंगे नहीं. Are you with me? Are you all inspired? Are you all inspired? So can you hear a big round of applause for this inspiring personality we have? Amazing. Can you see that we don't have to look outside of our domain? We have so many gems who are part of this wonderful land. So many gems. So many gems. So what is important is there's so much to learn. And that is the important part about this segment, Write Like a Genius. Are you all with me? So there are so many people we can learn. And remember, if you want to be successful, study successful people. If you're in IT, study people in IT. If you're in biochemical, study people in biochemical who created results and create that. That's all. That's all you need to be doing. Are you all with me? Great. So thank you so much for being awesome learners, ladies and gentlemen. This is what is possible of you being a handwriting analyst. Not only you understand the person, what the literature, what the history has to say, you know the person as if you know the person personally. That's the power of handwriting analysis. When you look at the letters, you know the person the way he was, not what you have been hearing about him or reading about him. And that's why I invite you to get committed to learn and master this science, which can decode anybody's personalities just the way they write. Ready for it?